Do I want to unmute it?
I said, bitch, unmute it. Okay, there we go.
Is it unmuted? Can you hear it?
I think so. Dougie, can you hear us?
Someone's already in here?
Somebody's already in here.
Dang.
Happy birthday, Dougie. I think it was yesterday, though. Yeah, he says loud and clear.
Nice.
Birthday was yesterday, right? Not today? Fuck, I don't even remember now. All the days are fucking blurring together.
Doesn't matter, man. You fucking old.
Yeah. Who are you? You're Chris. All right. Oh, that's right. I can't just put Chris in there. Yeah, it was yesterday. 39. Bro.
Enjoy that last year of your 30s, bro.
Yeah. Dude, I'm in my first, 2 weeks of my 40s, and I'm already like, bleh.
To be fair, though, it's you.
Yeah.
We'll put thingy right here.
Why are you moving thingy?
So it's not too close to the iPhone mic.
Oh, okay.
Backup mic. I have won a Ninja wood-fired grill. No. My order is shipped. Samsung Galaxy. No.
All right. I shared it on both
Both. I feel like I need to move
new timeout links. You can now put people in timeout for different lengths, ranging from 10 seconds to 24 hours. Holy shit, Dougie, you better watch your shit. I'll put you on timeout. They see that's a new feature apparently. Yeah, timeout.
Nice.
10 seconds to 24 hours. You better watch it. You better watch it. Woo. All right. Are we good? You ready? How you feeling? You good over there?
I'm ready if you ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Well, there's only one thing left to do then.
Well, fine. Let's actually get into the live chat. That's what's left to do. Live chat. There it is. Boom. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas. It's the 439th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris.
And thank
Episode
you.
429.
What did I say?
439 is what you said.
Son of a bitch.
Of course.
I
Every time.
I had to screw it up.
I know.
I had to screw it up.
You channeled your inner Arnold for that one.
Yeah, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this live, like Dougie, thank you. Make sure you log into your YouTube account. That way you can chat along with us in the live chat. I'll see you here on the handy dandy smartphone, and I'll try to involve you as best as I can in this show. So feel free to fact check, say hi, talk shit, whatever. I'll see it, and I'll try to get you, involved. All right? Cool. If you're not watching this live, you can interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pull up a chair. We've got one for you right here.
Yep. The one that Arnold or Scott or Hector don't occupy.
Yeah. It's yours now. There's a lot of shit that's happened since the last time we've sat in front of this microphone.
Yep.
So let's start with the big one. It's official.
All right.
TKO's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon's back in charge. Has been since the day after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
His shares are up for sale.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody's going to buy them, or is he staying till death?
Man, that's so hard to say because if it's not really up to him if his shares are for sale, right?
Yeah.
It's does somebody come along and have the money for it? I'm guessing if it was up to Vince, yeah, he'd stay till he dies. But this situation is not really up to him, is it? I mean, I don't know. You're the banker. I don't know enough about the money and the business side of it, but it seems to me it's not really his choice, right?
To an extent, I guess. There's so many. and I don't know if they're available for parcel, or if you're just, or there has to be somebody to take it all.
Okay.
But even then, you would think Vince would stay there until the bitter end. He went through this whole carousel to come back to the front to where he was before $19 million worth of allegations of sexual assault with women that were employed under the company, and funds that he used of the company instead of his own. Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere, especially now that the way the structure is, he's in charge of UFC.
Yeah.
He's in charge of everything.
Yeah,
he's Dana White's boss.
If anything, I think that's the more interesting thing, that he's in charge of UFC. Mm-hmm. Are we going to see more changes to UFC than we're going to see the WWE? And I don't know.
I don't think it's necessary. I think UFC and WWE are separate enough. There's things that we dabble on that they go back and forth. A lot of UFC, and this is even before the comparisons began. Those pre-fight promos, especially for the main event matches with UFC, you start seeing some of that in WWE now.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't see any kind of like cross promotion. I don't see any kind of like, we'll have UFC on Saturday night and WWE on Sunday night in the same city or something like that. I'm not, I don't think the synergy goes that far. We talked about it last week about, I could tell the network's trying to get higher ratings by throwing more Raw and SmackDown talent on NXT to try to raise NXT's ratings, but I don't think then again, I mean, it's, if McMahon's voice is one of the loudest, I'm curious to see what the next 6 months look like.
Yeah.
More behind the scenes than actually on television, because it looks like the last 6 months, at least, maybe more, the stuff that we've been the stuff that's been getting a lot of attention hasn't been the product on the television. It's all the drama that's behind the cameras.
Yeah. And I hear what you say, and I think what you said is valid. I kind of want to take this in a little bit different direction. There's been a lot of hand-wringing and stuff over, in the IWCS. Oh, what's going to happen? And everything's going to change and this and that. I honestly don't think that a whole lot is going to change. In my non-business mind, my fat ass is going to equate it to the thing that I know, which is Whataburger. If you recall, a number of years ago, I want to say this was like 2018 or something like that, Whataburger was sold to an investment firm in Chicago.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it was no longer a Texas brand. And, there's still people to this day that lamented, like, oh my God, I can't believe we lost Whataburger. You didn't lose Whataburger. I can still go down a half a mile down Belfort and go get my fucking number 2 with cheese and jalapenos. All right, I can still do it. Right?
Just like you like it.
Just like you like it. Yeah, it's still quintessential Texas fast food to me. Yeah, sure, some investment firm in fucking Chicago owns it now, but they didn't really change shit. And there was a lot of people that are like, oh my God, Whataburger's ruined. I can't believe all these fucking... Bro, there ain't nothing that changed that much. There was a little bit of subtle changes when it came to their gimmick menu. Right? The menu that they don't always have, where they switch out. Like right now, they have like that Southern burger chicken, where it's like a chicken breast, fried chicken breast, but they put coleslaw on it. Yeah. It ain't that bad, but
or
it's
the
like
A1 thick and hearty.
Yeah, like stuff like that. They switched out their gimmick ones, like not the ones that were the all-time faves, and they didn't switch out their staple menu, right? But they threw in little gimmick burgers here and there that run over your, 2 months, 3 months. That's it. And I didn't mind that as a change, right? I really think that that's probably going to be the same thing here. UFC, WWE, both, they're good. There might be little tweaks here and there where somebody might get a wild hair out there, has someone to shake things up. But for the most part, I think it's going to stay the way it is.
With the merger, you got to make big splashes.
Dougie said, finally, the truth. What do you think was the truth there in what I said? Big splash.
Big splash. Thumbs up or thumbs down? The Rock on SmackDown last Friday.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We have The Rock. We have Cena. We just need to make the trifecta with Batista now. Right?
Oh, you go in Hollywood.
That's the whole reason why they're there. Because of the actor strike and the writer's guild strike. They can't be making no movies. So
well, it's over now as of today.
Well, the writers is, but not the actors strike.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So Hollywood still isn't where they were, previous to the strikes. So, yeah. Cena and The Rock still want to make some money, and they can't do it in Hollywood. So, hey, Vince. Yeah. So throw Batista on there too. Why not?
I think the loud minority has a bone to pick with the fact that we've been waiting to see the culmination of the Bloodline storyline.
Okay.
For The Rock to show up on television and not only not address it, but have nothing to do with it. And then, and I'd go a step further. I don't think he did anything to better Austin Theory. He started that catchphrase. This isn't 98, 99 anymore, man. I love those days, but it's not that anymore. It's a lot more PC, a lot more feelings are involved, there's a lot more money on the table as far as advertisers and commitments. You can't have a segment that gets bleeped out every 3 seconds because someone chants, "You are an asshole. You are an asshole." It's like, Kurt Angle's "You Suck" got over because it was clean. And it also made fun of Kurt Angle because at the time you thought he sucked.
Yeah.
As much as I agree that the character Austin Theory on television can be portrayed as an asshole, being a prodigy of the asshole Vince McMahon when he first debuted on television, you can make that work in a sense, but not audibly.
Yeah.
And to a point where you can't hear a segment.
Especially with the bleeps.
Yeah.
Right? The bleeps is what kills it, man. Oh, God. It was just... And it's not even a bleep. It's a cut out of the entire audio.
Devil's advocate, I preferred The Rock's somewhat last promo that he did with Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin.
Okay.
That got Becky Lynch over and put Baron Corbin as somewhat of a threat to The Rock, as opposed to the bleeping of Austin Theory and McAfee in the corner just doing his cheerleader impersonation.
I understand your misgivings. I get it. Where there was opportunity lost where it could have been more focused instead of on Theory, focused on the Bloodline. Because, that would make sense. Mm-hmm. But I still give it a thumbs up because I always give it a thumbs up whenever I see The Rock on my TV.
Were you surprised? You stayed away from the internet. You had no idea that The Rock was nearby.
I was not surprised. I was spoiled on it. So I knew it was coming. I just didn't know where or when. Right. And I didn't know what the thing. All I knew was, oh my God, The Rock was on SmackDown. And that's all I got. Right?
Oh, so you were spoiled after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. I was spoiled that The Rock was going to be on SmackDown.
Okay. I watched it live
in
the moment. I hadn't read the news. I've been pretty busy at work, so I didn't have enough time to be on my phone to dabble. Mm-hmm. So when it was dropping when McAfee was dropping hints on commentary, I was like, wait, this sounds like a pretty good time for The Rock to show up. He's dropping it, and then the music hit. I'm like, oh shit, it's The Rock.
Yeah.
Colorado got lucky.
Yeah.
It was. In the moment, I thought it was cool, but then thinking back, I like the moment backstage with him and Cena.
Yeah, that was cool too.
Yeah.
Dougie says the mega stars are there to help to get the other guys over. Cena, Trish, Lita, now Rock. I mean, yeah, that's the point. Get other people over. I agree with that. So if you're gonna use that to focus on Theory, cool. I don't know if you need to get Roman over, but you need to get Jimmy and Jay over. And Solo. So do you think The Rock being involved in the storyline would help with that?
The last 2 years hasn't been enough to get Jimmy and Jay or Solo over?
They're mostly over. I wouldn't say they're completely over. Solo more so too.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole storyline, quote unquote, it's been ruined, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this probably would have been a nice little shot to the arm for that storyline to maybe get back on track.
Yeah.
That being said, I still don't mind that The Rock showed up. I still like it. And I think he did pretty well with Austin Theory. I think it made Austin Theory look a little bit better. You threw Cena at him too, and that it's like you're really polishing a turd here, but he did a really good job polishing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah. So usually with mergers come layoffs.
Right.
Biggest layoff.
Brennan. Massey, if you will.
Would say that.
Of course. I mean, he's our friend.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else on the list, I was kind of like, yeah. And I don't always agree with Booker, right?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to understand him half the time.
God damn. I
no bread, no water, just me.
I don't always agree with Booker, but I do agree with him when it comes to what he said about Ziggler. Which was that he was just kind of stale, kind of on cruise control. Last 10 years, nothing really came out of him. So, yeah. Now, I think he skewed that more towards this is Dolph's fault than it was maybe his management's fault of how they managed Ziggler. But whoever's fault it is, the fact still remains. He's been blah for a long time. Mm-hmm. So he might be the biggest name on the list, but the person I care about the most on that list is Massey, Brennan, right? Like I even texted him. I was like, "Hey man, I got off work. I heard the news. You doing all right?" And he said, "Yeah, he's doing okay." He said it was liberating. I told him, "Hell yeah, brother, dude, go get on TV somewhere else. Go get better. Same way like how Juice Robinson did, McIntyre, Lashley, countless others." So, fuck yeah, I'm excited for him, to be honest. I mean, I'm a little sad, but I'm also a little excited, dude. When that 90-day no compete clause is up, if he were to show up in AEW, and I know that's the big joke, Tony Khan is sitting there like, oh, I can't wait, right? But like, if he were to show up in AEW, hell yeah, man! I hope he does well.
This isn't meant to be an insult.
He could go to Impact. He could go to Japan. He could go wherever he ends up.
This isn't meant to be as an insult, so I hope if he's watching, he doesn't take it this way. I will buy a ringside seat if he shows up at ROW. Homecoming.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that an insult?
I'm Impact AEW.
Yeah, but you could
just me.
You could show up at ROW, and that's not like a bad thing. I mean, dude, they got NXT wrestlers fighting for them now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't say that's a step down. If it's like a one-off thing.
I think Ziggler for me was the most surprising in the moment, in the sense of this is a former champ, former world champion, 2 times over. Really good in the ring. But if you tell me, who would you rather watch perform, Dolph Ziggler or someone like, say, The Miz? The Miz is continually, slowly or by chunks or by leaps or by steps. You can see that.
Yeah.
He's just getting so much more comfortable. He's adapting between babyface and a heel whenever he's needed.
Yeah.
He gets attention with his TV show separately on USA. He's a commodity. He's a stock that you don't want to give up on yet.
Yeah.
Even though there's no reason to give up on it, so I think it's still going up. I think Shelton was the one that surprised me the most, because we had a conversation about giving Shelton Benjamin his flowers and retiring or whatever, and because it just blew me away.
What about Riddle? Because Riddle, you could somewhat argue, would be the bigger name than Ziggler for going away at this point in time, anyways.
From what I read on the internet and on
Uh-huh.
Facebook and stuff,
Yeah.
it sounds like he had been in the doghouse enough times that sooner or later he was going to be put down.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
Will he fit in AEW's roster? Absolutely. There's a lot of people that do what the fuck they want to do, and people that are very passive aggressive. And as long as you show up and you don't hurt anybody,
Yeah,
or bite anybody's arm off, you're fine. But what is the progression from a character that he pretty much is himself, that all he says is bro half the time and likes to get high?
Yeah, he's going to have to really reinvent himself at some point. Now, I'm not saying, he goes to AEW right now, he needs to reinvent himself. But eventually he will, because honestly, he kind of started at a level that was like, okay, cool, this is a pretty fleshed out character. I mean, it's almost a little bit of a rehash, no pun intended, with the hash, of what RVD used to do, but it's a more modern version. Okay, cool. But then he never added layers to it, right? So I'm kind of hoping maybe if he goes somewhere else, Impact Japan, fucking AAA, wherever, he could add layers to it. And, I wonder how well this would be received if we had a buddy cop kind of Cheech and Chong kind of thing with him and RVD. Him and RVD go around the indies or whatever, and like they're just fucking smoking it up and just they're doing stupid shit. They get high. You get the fucking That 70s Show like vignettes where it's like the camera turns to him and then turns over to RVD, and then like whoever else just happens to be there getting high with them, it turns over to them, and they're just saying stupid, dumb, high shit, Like, I don't know, that might be kind of cool, and it'd be another layer to the character, There's definitely room for improvement is what I'm trying to say. And I hope he finds that improvement and he doesn't just stay stagnant, because he's kind of stagnant. For all the shit that you just said about he was in the doghouse a lot, cool. Totally understand. That's 100% valid, and that's why I'm not surprised that he's gone either.
Uh-huh. And the merger,
but I'm not backstage.
Yeah.
I didn't see the stupid shit he said backstage. I don't really give a shit, right? I just want to see what he looks like on the telly. And on the telly, he got a little stale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't think that if he goes to a place like AEW, it'll do him any favors. I think we're going to see the same Matt Riddle.
Okay.
But I can totally see why Tony Khan would want to sign him. He's still fresh off of television.
Yeah.
For the most part. He's probably the most recognizable to a wider audience, because the casuals that watch Monday Night Raw and know what bro and him kicking off his flip-flops in the ring and hey Randy, he's going to be the most recognizable over Ziggler, over Shelton Benjamin, over Elias, over Aaliyah, over Top Dollar, over Brennan, over Mansoor.
Yeah.
The stuff of the Mansoor was really interesting.
Okay.
Because they had let out the fact that the reason he didn't wrestle on NXT is because under contract, he wasn't supposed to lose.
What?
He couldn't lose because of his deal was tied to Saudi Arabia, to where he couldn't. Did you ever see him lose on television?
No.
That's why. He never wrestled on NXT. They debuted Mansoor in a couple of Saudi shows, and he got great adulation, which was cool to see that his people got the adulation, and that never really transferred over on American television. And now I can never coalesce where the disconnect was, and that was the hitch, was that under the contract with Saudi, he couldn't look bad, so he couldn't lose a match. And so as Mansoor, he didn't lose. He never wrestled.
You would think a firing is worse than him losing a couple of matches here and there, though.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Huh.
Yeah.
Robert, what's up, Medlin?
Oh, about time he showed up.
Medlin says his feud with Seth showed another side that I wish we would have seen more of. Is he talking about Who are you talking about?
Riddle.
You're talking
when
about
he was
Riddle?
being serious.
Oh, okay.
Talking about
okay,
families, and Riddle actually like stopped with the haha and looked like he was about to choke you the fuck out.
And Medlin also says, "Hey, I'm shocked that Chris isn't at Guns N' Roses tonight."
You know what? I am more shocked that I didn't show up to see Pink last night. I have been wanting to see her for at least a decade. She put solid singles out. Her discography is really good. I've been wanting to make an effort to go see it, and then for whatever reason this time, I guess because it was at Minute Maid, and there's a lot of bad seats at Minute Maid if you're going to a concert.
Yeah.
And concerts now, and don't even get me started with Ticketmaster.
So you could have gone to see Pink last night and Guns N' Roses today. You could have called that whole tour one in the Pink, one in the Stink.
You always have one good one every show. You can change the channel now.
That was my one good one. How about Tennille Dashwood?
That's an example of someone that's going to make it somewhere else.
She made it somewhere else. She was making it.
She can go back.
Yeah. But it really sucked the way that the news broke with her, where she's like,
I felt bad.
Oh my God, we're going to Australia. Oh, well, I'm not. Yeah. That fucking sucked, dude. Fuck, man.
I know it isn't. You can't really blame someone else's timing on WWE, but watching that on my Facebook feed, I almost had the same guttural reaction I had when I found out that WWE had emptied Mickie James's locker in a trash bag and sent it to her.
Yeah.
And like, there's some things you do, there's some things you're not supposed to do, and that's not it.
Yeah.
Even though things happen in business, the timing of it, I felt so bad for her.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Even if it's a part-time thing or a spot deal,
yeah,
I'd have her at the show.
Yeah.
I would have her at the show. You know, but that sucks, dude. That fucking sucks. I think that was I was a little late to the party online, so I think that's when I first heard of the firings, was watching that post, and then this is not a good start. And my mentality didn't think of timing. My mentality went to, damn, WWE pulled the trigger on this girl after she just shared that she's gonna that y'all announced a pay-per-view in her home country.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn.
You give up all that.
Yeah.
You get Jade Cargill in return. What are you thinking?
I am not optimistic.
Really?
I am not optimistic. I really like Jade Cargill, but not because of the wrestling. I never thought that she was a great wrestler. She was green as dog shit when she started.
Mm-hmm.
It was her and Red Velvet in their first match together.
You reminded me of that.
Yeah. Woo. And it was like not good. And she kept winning. And it was like not good. And then they're like, oh, we're going to do a thing with this streak. Okay. Oh, she's going to have a baddies section. Okay, they're giving her a little bit of character. All right, they're okay. And then
she starts getting looser on the promos.
Yeah, she started getting a little bit better. Shut up, Shivani. Well, no, it was cut it, Tony. What the fuck did she use?
Cut the shit, Tony.
Cut the shit, Tony. Yeah. I can't believe I couldn't remember it. Cut the shit, Tony. So it was like, okay, she may not be that great in the ring, but goddamn, she's got a personality. Of course, she's got a look. That was the one thing she had right from the get-go. She had a fucking look.
So you, as a wrestling fan, I'm putting you on the block.
But then she started getting better in the ring. Not great, not phenomenal, but she wasn't dog shit. She's better now.
Do you prefer a wrestler that is one of the greatest in the world, but has the personality of drying paint? Or the opposite, something that can be taught, which she has very little of knowledge of actual professional wrestling,
yeah,
but presence, attitude, charisma. Talk on a dime. Who would you rather prefer?
I would say that I prefer the character person, right?
Got you.
Now,
so tell me why you're pessimistic about her going to WWE.
I'm pessimistic because AEW seemed to have accentuated the positives with her. They gave her short matches that were somewhat squash matches where she just looked very powerful without having to put on any technical marvels, and they just stuck a camera in her face with the others, whether it was Smart Mark Sterling or the other baddies or whoever, right? They did a good job accentuating the positives. I don't know if they're going to really do that in WWE. Like the first shot that we got was her in the Performance Center. So
with her real name. They're promoting her as Jade Cargill, not like some random gemstone that got.
Well, didn't they also trademark Jada Parker or JDL Parker or something like that?
Who knows if they use it?
I don't know, but I'm okay with Miss Parker.
That was a rumor out that she had that Megan Thee Stallion made a theme song for her.
Yeah, but that wasn't true.
That was bunk.
Yeah. Yeah, Dougie in the live chat says, well, in not the live chat, but in my direct chat, says, I don't want Goldberg 2.0. And I kind of didn't want Goldberg 2.0 with what she was doing in AEW, but I honestly just don't think that WWE is gonna give her a streak or even acknowledge that she has a streak and have her continue it. Remember what I said in the chat? No, this wasn't with you. It was with the other chat, with the other wrestling folks, with the FRN peoples. Anyway, the thing was, oh man, I wonder if they're going to do this. I wonder if they're going to do that. I wonder if they're going to do here with her. And I said, I know what they're going to do with her. They're going to make her someone else's heavy. She's going to be a backup to somebody. Some little diva search winner, fucking ex-cheerleader, somebody who used to play lacrosse, who's training at the Performance Center, who's pretty, and then they're going to have Jade come up behind her and just be the intimidating one. Christian and Luchasaurus, right? That's what we're going to have with her. I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to continue to kind of work with her so that she has the in-ring chops to pull it off. And even if they did want to do that, I'm still not convinced that she's ready for that.
Oh, no.
With those kind of she's not putting on any 5-star matches, right? But if they want to wait and invest in her to do that, it's going to be a little while. It might be a year or two that she's going to be in developmental or on NXT. She's not going to the
So you don't think
roster.
with all this hype that they've been putting on social media that she's going to show up on the main roster immediately?
No.
Really?
No. I don't think they will. I think us, the IWC, the marks, making the hype for them is us like, oh shit, she's just going to show up and beat up Rhea Ripley and fucking make, Nia Jax tap out and, do all this shit. I don't think they're going to have her do that.
Interesting.
I don't think they are.
I don't want it to happen.
I think that says more about WWE management than it does her, though.
I think I would like to see her in NXT first for a little while. And I think
China 2.0.
I think I'm predicting that's what WWE is going to do with her, because I don't think WWE wants to set the precedent that someone jumping from AEW to WWE is going straight to the main roster, ergo making AEW seamless competition.
That's another thing
Cody,
too, because
Cody was established as a WWE character before he left.
Yes,
Jade's an complete outsider.
I 100% agree with you, man. Because there are people that have made that point in favor of saying WWE is going to do it because she's such a star from AEW. They know how much No, they're not doing
Regardless that she drew ratings.
She
got high ratings on the show she was on.
That kind of shit ended with AJ Styles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You put Nakamura in NXT, and then you bring him up and
to be fair, Nakamura was only popular from Japan. I think the last person is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, I think, would be the last guy that I could see WWE saying, "All right, we're signing you. You're going straight to the main roster. You're debuting at Royal Rumble, or you're debuting as a mystery fifth person at Survivor Series, or you're debuting at War Games as a mystery something, or you're bringing the club back together with Finn Balor and AJ Styles. Something that has enough weight. I don't see anybody else. Not Jay White, not Okada, not Tanahashi, not fucking." The kid with the belt right now. The name's on the tip of my tongue. It's been Sonata. Like there is no Naito. None of these guys. There's nobody in
Ospreay.
I don't think Ospreay would ever go.
Okay.
I think Omega's the last one. Everyone else from here on out, there's no one that's going to have that kind of clout that's going to show up and straight on the main roster. They're going to be in NXT. Got to go through NXT.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that is dealing very heavily in the hypothetical.
Yeah.
Armchair
booking.
I honestly don't think that Kenny would go anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the standard operating procedure has been for anybody else except for Cody. But again, you can make the argument that they were using Cody's established run in WWE to hope that people will recognize him without giving AEW its flowers. I don't. Your point was that if you throw Jade on the main roster, look who we got. It's going to lend credence to AEW is actually, credible. And I don't think WWE is going to want to do that.
No.
Although this would be a pretty good trial run for the bidding war of 2024 with MJF. All right. Do you think, not right now, do you think in 2024, MJF signs a deal with WWE, he goes straight to the main roster? No.
I don't think he'll sign.
Okay.
Because MJF is a South Park character. He's not going to fit in with the Simpsons.
Damn.
It's just two completely different worlds.
Okay.
That's like throwing Ned Flanders on fucking South Park. You think Ned Flanders is going to be an interesting character around the rest of the South Park cast? It just won't fit. MJF is not going to be able to do all the profanity bombs. WWE rarely likes to acknowledge the existence of other wrestling companies outside their universe. Mm-hmm. That's half of what MJF does is talk shit about your past wherever you've been. And if that stuff's off the table, this is an R-rated character on a PG program.
Okay.
It's not going to work. If this is the program that bleeped out, you are
an asshole.
You are. They bleep that out.
Yeah.
So, I don't think MJF is going.
So what you're saying is they're not on the level of the devil.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep the WWE train moving.
Okay.
Not sure if you noticed this part. SmackDown's going to USA again.
Yes, I did see that. I did notice this part.
Did you hear the rest of that?
I thought that was that.
No.
There's more?
Raw and NXT are leaving USA Network.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Okay, so they're getting SmackDown, but they're losing Raw and NXT?
They're giving up Raw and NXT.
Where are Raw and NXT going? Because I thought Fox didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore.
So Universal put SmackDown on USA. They're giving WWE 4 specials on primetime Saturday night on NBC. So they're taking SmackDown and putting it back on USA. Apparently, there are bids out there for Raw and NXT as a package.
Okay. From
networks and from outside interests. Outside interests, if you're looking at network television and then you're looking at outside interests, that's either Disney or Amazon that want to stream that weekly.
Or Peacock?
No, Peacock is under NBC Universal.
Okay.
So they already got SmackDown, and they're so I think this is an opportunity, if the money is right, to fix one of their biggest issues that even Triple H has admitted.
Yeah, I see where
which
this is going.
Is
Raw's too goddamn long.
Raw's too goddamn long.
Yeah.
Give me 2 hours on Monday, and I will probably pay for wherever, if it's Amazon Prime or if it's fucking another network. Yeah. 3 hours is too goddamn. That's a Titanic a week. That is a Pearl Harbor a week. That is an Infinity War a week.
Yeah.
And live?
Yeah.
Live, the experience is dog shit. I guess probably the word of the day. If we had a bottle of whiskey here, my liver would have been shot by now. 3 hours of televised Raw, we've been there.
Yeah.
Half the matches are off television, and you can tell where they're rest spots because they're not on television. And then half the promos are backstage or vignettes or video. Dark match is some 6-man, 8-man clusterfuck that makes you want to stay in seats unless they announce during the show that they're coming back, and you leave so that you can wait in line outside to get tickets to the next show.
Yeah.
It's check the schedule online.
Okay.
The last week of Christmas, Cody Rhodes is working 7 shows in 4 days.
What?
He is working 7 house shows in 4 days, one of them being here in Toyota Center that the pre-sale's happening right now.
All right.
7 in 4 days. No,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. But that's your bread and butter. That's the guy that you didn't give the belt to at WrestleMania 39.
Right.
Because apparently it was supposed to be The Rock. You heard about this, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
I think this
was before The Rock showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah. I think this for me was that bit of news was the nail in the coffin for me with the Bloodline storyline.
Okay.
They had an out, they couldn't reach it, so they're scrambling, and we're about to enter October. I think they're still scrambling.
Yeah.
I don't know where I don't know where it ends, and I don't know if I want to if I want to stick around to see where it ends. I don't think the Bloodline story is doing it for me. And they're trying. Cena and AJ against Jimmy and Solo. You know, they're establishing the guys that need the establishment.
Right.
But I don't know, man.
Robert in the live chat says, I can see WWE wanting Wardlow, who hasn't been on TV in months. I mean, I could see them wanting Wardlow. He's got a great look. He's a decent hand in the ring. He needs a little bit more, time on the mic. But I don't think he would be one of those guys like we were talking about earlier that you stick him, boom, right on the main event roster. They're going to stick him in developmental and then maybe NXT and then maybe on the main roster.
All right. We've done this. We've waited long enough.
All right.
Let's play the game.
What game?
What 3 wrestlers would AEW sign right now that WWE's released? And what 3 wrestlers would WWE want once their contract expires in AEW?
Okay, who would AEW sign out of the releases? Yeah. And who would WWE want?
When their contracts expire.
Okay.
Are you still buying into the rumor that Edge is going to AEW?
No.
Okay.
I'll put that out of my mind. I want to be surprised. There's enough doubt for me to ignore it and just think it's an AI generated headline. so yeah, I'm not gonna set myself up for disappointment. So no, I'm not gonna go there. But out of the WWE releases, who should Tony get?
3 of them.
Tennille Dashwood. They could use a really good, experienced veteran woman. That's not Saraya, right?
Whew.
Ziggler.
Team him with his brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have somewhere where you could start with that,
Mhm.
with him and his brother. It's just
Put your brother over. Make a 6-month storyline, 9-month
Yeah.
storyline, and put your brother over.
Yeah.
And actually have him relevant.
have a battle of the brothers where you can have the Guns versus the Hardys versus the Ziggies
Versus the
Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers
versus the Briscoe.
Oh.
I think my 3 are obvious. He's signing.
All right, I just got 2.
Okay,
There's just 2.
Where's the last one?
Last one. I'm gonna be self-serving, Brennan. You don't have very many good big men in AEW. Yeah, you got Big Bill, but you're not doing shit with them. You know, you don't have a lot of big guys that can really go. I mean, even Brian Cage, he's thick, but he's not tall. Brendan is tall, but he's still agile enough that he could get stuff done in the ring. Yeah, man. Brendan, or excuse me, Massey, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Dio Madden.
Dio Madden.
I think the 3 are. I thought the 3 were obvious until you put that in my head. So I'm gonna go a little bit different. They're signing Riddle.
Okay.
He's boys with like Keith Lee and a lot of guys in the indies that are now in AEW. They're signing Riddle. It's a no-brainer to put Dolph with his brother. And I don't know how you would present him on television or what gimmick you give him, but they need more people that can actually cut a promo. I would find something to do with Elias.
All right.
Don't necessarily be the guitar copy. Oh, they cut Boogs too. He also played guitar. I don't know if I would necessarily do the guitar gimmick, but or the AW thing to do is give him a fucking ukulele. No, I don't know what you would, because they're the alternate. They're not the alternative. So they can or a guitar. I don't know, but I would do something with Elias because he could talk.
Okay.
He got 20,000 people to boo him nonstop for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's that. Nah. Yeah.
What about Shell TV?
Reunite him with Suzuki-gun in Japan.
Okay, cool. All right, now the opposite. Who would you throw into WWE from AEW? I've already said mine. MJF. As much as I absolutely love MJF in AEW, and I understand your South Park Simpsons reference, I think he's creative enough and he is self-aware enough that he could tone it down just a smidge to where he won't get bleeped, but he'll still be an annoying prick.
You know what MJF is going to become?
What's that?
I think MJF and WWE. I'm sorry I said that. You'll know why. I think in this generation, MJF going to WWE will be the equivalent of Bret Hart going to WCW in the 90s. It was the same character, except it was in a different company with a different group, with different locker room, and a management that had no idea what to do with a guy with heritage, with wrestling capability like Bret Hart.
Okay.
What slobber knocker wrestling matches do you remember Bret having?
In WCW? No.
The only ones I could think of were him and Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
That's it. His matches with Sting weren't that good. Oh,
yeah. His match that was a tribute to Owen with him and Benoit.
That was also the finals of the world title, Mayhem. They ran that back. And he didn't really change his character much.
Yeah.
But they didn't know what to do with him.
MJF,
I don't think MJF's going to change his presentation.
See, that's
the same presentation he's had everywhere. To his credit and his detriment, it's the same presentation Samoa Joe has had everywhere, including WWE.
Okay.
So there is the possibility that he just looks the same, except on a different stage. And that people, that audience, that locker room, that booking committee, they won't know what to do with it.
Okay.
You know, at least Hogan completely changed the fuck up. He went all black. He ditched the vitamins and prayers, had the painted goatee, had spray painted title belt. He actually had a different type of charisma than he did in the 80s. Bret Hart went to WCW, and what changed about him when he was in WCW?
Nothing.
But fuck nothing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is going to happen if MJF crosses the bridge and goes to WWE.
Again, I argue against that because I think that MJF has enough self-awareness.
Do you think he'll even keep his name?
Maybe. I don't know. That's more of a legal question than it is on how he will.
Would you still like MJF as much if he was Chris Gonzalez Hansen?
Chris Gonzalez Hansen, hell no. But if there was some other
Whitey McWhiteface?
Nigel,
Connecticut.
The fact that you changed the name isn't bad. It depends what you change it to, right? So, like, if
McGillicuddy.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's something stupid, yes. Now, yes, WWE has a track record of changing names to being something stupid. I get it, right? But a name change in and of itself isn't necessarily bad. That's all I'm trying to say. But the point that I think you missed where you're trying to equate him to Bret Hart is that Bret Hart was very, very set in his ways, and we all know that he was stubborn. I don't think MJF is that stubborn, and I think he's clever enough to know how to finesse and thread the line with his character to be a heel or a face or to change up something or add a little something different or whatever. I think he knows how to manipulate his own charisma enough.
Here's the other part that you're missing.
Okay.
If the bidding war does begin and the Von Erich movie becomes successful with him in it, don't you think he will become someone that will not
what?
That will not compromise, that will not acquiesce, that will not understand that he is not the big fish in the small pond.
It's not about acquiescing, man. It's about being like Jericho, knowing when it's time to change up the gimmick a little bit. That's where I think he will be. I don't think he's going to be set in his ways. I think he has enough creative juices in him that he knows when, okay, this isn't working anymore. Yeah, this isn't working anymore. I need to change up something. I think that's where, I mean, just look at his fucking wrestling style, man. He's completely changed his wrestling style. He was a chicken shit heel who we thought didn't know how to work at all to, holy shit, he can work, but he holds back because that's part of his, I'm just going to beat you with the fundamentals kind of thing. Right? Oh, I can't do a dive. But when he actually did it, he did it fucking flawlessly. That's like Stone Cold only being a brawler. Stone Cold was a fucking master technician. Well, he
had to. He broke his fucking neck.
Right? But that's what the catalyst of that was. But to go around with all the other stuff, he just became a brawler. A really good brawler at that. A brawler with great psychology. And I think that's what we got here with MJF. None of us have been able to completely look up the skirt there of MJF yet. But that's what I'm guessing is underneath there.
MJF's your number one. Who are the other two?
I need some time. Pretty Ricky. Oof. Pretty Ricky. Absolutely. Pretty Ricky has that same kind of look as a Theory, as a Waller, young, handsome, suave, debonair, but he's got enough of a distinction to him where he's not just a generic white guy like Theory and Waller. You know, he's got a little tan to him. He's got that Cajun in him. You know, all right. You could throw him on WWE TV and give him a mid-card run and then maybe flirt with the main event a couple of times. And then, you know what? If it really kicks on, he could be just like a third person that kind of fit into that same category, but broke out LA Knight. LA Knight, just some white guy who kind of looks good. But his character pushed him up to the next level. That's why he surpassed those other two, Waller and Theory, right? I think Pretty Ricky could do the same thing.
That's your second one.
That's my second one.
Who's your third? Do you need some time?
Darby.
So I'm gonna have to eat a little bit of crow,
Darby.
if I was in a certain position within the company,
Okay.
because
That little shit could be the next Jeff Hardy if they play it the right way. They're not going to make him be serious. They're always going to have him be an underdog. He's going to step into that spot that Rey Mysterio is with, the little guy that can never whatever, right? And no, he's not taking the Latino vote.
no.
I'm just saying he could be that consummate underdog, but he's so kind of fucking crazy that he'll pull it off like Jeff Hardy.
I think that we're in a society now that is not like the ones we grew up in when we were a kid, 80s, early 90s, nuclear family type thing. We're not there anymore.
All right, fair.
I think you can tell the exact same story that Darby Allin is telling in AEW right now. And if you put that on Raw or SmackDown, he will be, like you said, the next Rey Mysterio, the next Daniel Bryan, the next... I would even dare to say Kofi Kingston, in a sense of like the underdog type person.
Yeah.
I would not have him waste a minute in NXT.
Okay.
He's the equivalent to me right now. Damn your opinion of AEW. He is the equivalent of AJ Kenny Omega in the sense of that's something so fucking unique that you want to take advantage of it while he's still alive.
That is fair, because that kid is going to die soon.
If he doesn't fall off Everest next year, his body is on a ticking clock, and all you need, like we've said many times on this podcast, all you need sometimes to get over is a 30-second video. And as soon as you hear, I was a child with my uncle in the passenger seat in a car accident getting hit by a drunk driver, he passed away, so half of me is dead. This is why I look how I look. Boom! Half masks, t-shirts, face paint, kids dressing up like they do now, dressing up for Darby Allin, but
they like turtles.
Not to degrade AEW. This is WWE, WrestleMania 2 nights in front of 95,000 people. You put that character from Broadway, AEW, and you put him in Hollywood with the IMAX cameras in front of Michael Bay, you're gonna be printing money until he dies, because he's gonna die young. The style that he does, the style he does. At least Mick Foley was fat enough to take some of that shit. Darby's all bone. I loved him in the Nightmare Before Christmas. He was awesome as the lead. He's literally nothing. You milk that dead cow for all it's worth until it keels over.
Yeah.
Darby, that'd be my number one over MJF.
All right.
Darby, because Darby has a story that you can tell to a PG audience, and you can have people sympathize with you like this.
Okay.
It's easy to have people be pissed off at you. It's harder to have people sympathize for you.
Yeah.
Darby can have him in the palm of his hand.
Okay.
MJF would be number two. You already said Ricky Starks. I'm going to go out on a limb, and this is kind of like good cop, bad cop. Chris Statlander. To a fault, because I think the signing of Jade Cargill is going to make for a very interesting situation with the women's division. There were women in the women's division back in the day where the roster had the one or the two women that cookie cutter Barbie, cookie cutter Barbie, cookie cutter Barbie. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Now, what do you have on the main roster right now that's getting pushed? Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch to an extent, height. Now you're bringing in Jade Cargill. And now someone with the same stature and build, Chris Statlander.
Okay.
What are you going to do with your Alexa Blisses, your Thea Hales? You got Tiffany Stratton in the wings in NXT. Right. She's comparable-ish. And Bayley's got a big ass. That probably excludes her from the bad list. But your Alexa Blisses, your Thea Hales, your petite, 80% of the NXT women's roster can't reach the top rope in height. They're short. Yeah. And you're going to feed them to the grinder of which is all those Amazon women that you have on the main roster. You're going to have, you almost have an abundance of riches because you have so many established, talented, capable
Yeah.
beautiful women that are 6 feet and above, that you're going to exclude most of your roster, because most of your roster that are coming in, or your name and likeness, or next in line, or whatever program you had, you're not going to be bringing in women that are like that. So you're sooner or later that women's roster is going to have its no pun intended, judgment day, as far as who's going to last and who's not going to last and who you're going to keep.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, you're going to keep all the ones that are over 6 foot. Okay, that's telling. With that said, add Chris Statlander to that. If you're going 6 feet and over, you need Chris Statlander on that roster. They will better themselves.
Is Statlander over 6 foot?
I think she's 5'10". She's tall.
Okay.
I think she's taller than half of the freaking best friends.
She's taller than Sue? Mama Sue?
So Sue is the wrestler, Statlander's the muscle. Make it happen. So now let's go to the downer.
Okay.
AEW entrance ramp claims 2.
Oh.
Let's start first with Rey Fenix diving off the ramp and giving Jon Moxley a concussion.
Well, it would be weird that the match that Mox didn't bleed is the one that took him out.
This is why we can't have nice things. This is why.
Like, of course it's this match. When I was watching, I was doing my thing that I usually do, which is have the wrestling on the telly, but I'm playing around on my phone, just bullshitting, going through Facebook, whatever. And I was like, yeah, this is an all right match. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was a pretty cool move. They're like, wait, what? It's over? Wait, Ray won? What? How? What? Ray?
What? He killed him again with the paralyzing move?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was an injury. I had no idea that there was a botched finish. All I know is that
then the finish looked ugly. Looked like his head bounced off the mat.
Yeah, all I knew was I heard 1, 2, 3. I'm like, oh, wait.
And the crowd lost their shit.
Yeah.
Not like a reaction that Moxley would get when he wins his defenses.
Yeah. Yeah, I was genuinely excited because
you were bumfuzzled.
I missed the botch. I thought this was holy shit, they actually swerved us. I didn't think that Phoenix was going to win this. Holy fuck. Wow. Way to go, AEW. Then everybody was like, oh, man, that was ugly. Oh, I can't believe online was like, oh, what a fuck up, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, hold on. Let me rewind. Yeah. I was like, So, yeah.
How about Adam Cole?
Baby.
Did you see that in Lifetime?
I did see that one in Lifetime because
you know when it happened?
I know. I saw exactly when it happened. My eyes are glued to that TV set whenever MJF is on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole MJF segment. Here comes Adam Cole. Wow. Oh my. Oh shit. He
rolled his ankle.
Yeah. I thought he rolled his ankle. I thought maybe he's gonna be fine, but he rolled his ankle, and he's still hobbling. Shit. Put some ice on it. He'll be fine tomorrow. Maybe it won't be fine tomorrow. Let's see what they say tomorrow. Oh man.
That boot doesn't look like he's gonna be fine soon.
Yeah. And then 3 months?
He broke his foot in 3 places. 3. That's a higher power of bad luck.
Yeah. Oh, my anky.
My achy breaky anky.
Don't break my anky. My achy breaky anky.
Man.
Oh, fuck.
Oddly enough, it fits with the storyline.
Oddly enough, it kind of does.
And last night's episode where he's chilling on the boat with MJF, they're making this work. He's still on telly.
Makes me wonder. Could it be a work? Could it? Because, I mean, yeah, he went off with a rap, but he jumped. He could feign that he was injured.
Leading to MJF defending the tag belts in a handicap match.
And that wasn't MJF in the devil mask at the end of the night.
They showed a meme online.
Yeah.
They're sitting back in the locker room and one of those masks is near Adam Cole's stuff hanging up.
Yeah. I didn't think it was Adam Cole. I thought it was a member of the Kingdom, but it was like that person in that devil mask is not MJF. Is too small, too skinny.
And you know what the weird thing is that I'll give it a pass on?
What?
Is that they jumped a solidified heel in Jay White. Are we supposed to feel sympathy for the Bang Bang Gang?
Maybe.
They're over.
They're over.
Jay White talks a lot of shit. He held his own on the promo. Ish.
Okay.
Not to the level of the devil.
No.
But he didn't lay out there as a carcass. He put up a fight.
At the end. And then even let it go.
He's getting jumped. It's interesting enough for me to keep watching.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm not sympathetic for Jay White.
I don't know if I'm necessarily cheering for Jay White
I'm
getting revenge on people that jumped him when he's in a group that's notorious for jumping everyone.
And to be fair, that makes it more interesting. But the fact that it was a guy in the devil mask who's, in my opinion, is obviously not MJF with 3 others, that might be more intriguing than the fact that there's a guy with the devil mask. Who the fuck are those other dudes?
Can I make a guess?
I mean, the easy guess is the Kingdom and Roddy, right? The Kingdom and Roddy and MJ and Adam Cole. Adam Cole and the other 3.
But Jay White's beef is with MJF specifically because he's the world champ,
Right.
not with Adam Cole.
Right.
The beef left when Adam Cole left the ring.
That's true.
So,
but that doesn't mean that Cole doesn't have beef with him.
So who has beef with Bullet Club Gold?
Who?
Bullet Club in Japan. David Finlay.
Do you think that was David Finlay in the double mask? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
It could have been him
in
one of those. Could have been him in one of those. There's 4 of them whooping that poor boy.
Well, which one?
And there's 4 of them in Bullet Club Gold.
Well, what are the 4 in regular Bullet Club?
Where's Hector to help us out with that?
I mean, if you count the Impact guys, you got Ace and Bay.
Yeah. There's a lot of possibilities. But it's still intriguing that the heel is getting jumped by another group, possibly a different group that's not related to MJF or Jay White.
But they're trying to obviously make it look like it's MJF to frame MJF. What's the ends here? What are they trying to accomplish? A title shot by making it look like MJF is jumping people anonymously?
So when it turns out not to be MJF, that's how he gets his retribution. I don't know. Retribution. Oh, shit. Here we go.
Must say to AEW confirmed.
Oh, shit.
Retribution.
No. He's been retributed. Retributed. He's been everything.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Fuck, I don't know. But it's enough to capture my attention and my imagination enough to be like, what the fuck is going on here? Wait. Huh? I mean, that's not MJF. Is it MJF? No, that can't be. What's the plan? Who are the other guys? Why are we beating up Jay White?
And where was the opportunity that Jay White was alone?
Where was the rest of the Bang Bang Gang?
Where was Cardblade? You see how thick he is. He could leave some massive paper cuts.
Oh, yes, he could.
Match of the week picks. You got anything?
No.
No?
I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of good stuff out there, but to be honest, I didn't watch that much.
You are going to disagree completely.
Okay.
Because you're blind with hatred, even though you look just like him. Kingston versus Castagnoli was a damn good match.
Okay.
And Kingston won.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on my Arnold hat.
That's my hat.
And I'm going to say Asuka versus Io on SmackDown last Friday.
I didn't watch that.
Was fucking good.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Shenanigans in the end.
Okay.
But still, watch that, by the way.
How do you get piojos that fast?
Watch that, or you might start growing gray hair.
Oh.
I missed.
Oh, there are a couple of grays.
Apparently, Butch and Tyler Bate put on a clinic on NXT last week.
Really?
Last night was the final where Joe Coffey lost to Butch. So Butch is wrestling Noam Dar. Segue, No Mercies this Saturday, NXT.
Oh.
Heritage Cup. Noam Dar defends against Pete Dunne.
Okay.
Number.
This is 6.
7.
Okay.
Noam Dar is no slouch. I think he'll complement the brawler bruiser of Dunne quite well. I think this metaphor group that sounds fucking dumb but works.
I don't know why he says that I look like Eddie Kingston, but he does. Randy says Abel looks like Kingston. What?
Without the charisma. You haven't suffered enough to pull an honest Eddie Kingston.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's what that is. Yeah.
I don't have enough.
You don't have enough whoa.
I need more whoa.
You don't have enough whoa, W-O-E. You just have enough whoa, W-H-O-A.
God damn it. Okay. Moving on.
Dunn and Dar, who's winning?
But Abel is attractive, though. Oh, thank you.
That's why I bring him over.
Yes. No, what was the match?
Heritage Cup. British rounds.
Yeah.
7 3-minute or 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Noam Dar against Butch. Who's winning?
Butch. I would like for it to be Noam Dar, but it's probably going to be Butch.
They tend to have cutmen in their corners. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rich Holland there. That'd be a cool little throwback.
All right.
Maybe he's the muscle to push to keep Metaphor away. Maybe Butch actually wins it.
Okay.
Takes the trophy to SmackDown or Raw to get again more synergy of trying to promote the NXT brand. Let's just go up to the top. Melo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov rematch for the world title. Men's title.
Hayes versus Dragunov?
2. Yeah. 8.
Yeah. It's going to be a good match. I'm not emotionally invested enough because I haven't watched NXT since, we went to Great American Bash together.
Yeah. The first match took a while to get there.
Yeah, it did.
But it got there.
It was chugging along, but once it got there, whoo!
Hopefully we don't have to chug this second time.
Yeah.
Something about Dragunov's presence on NXT today, I don't see him as the guy to lead NXT. The Ilya Dragunov that got the fuck beat out of him by Walter and prevailed. No beard, no goatee, red contacts. A lot less of this and a lot more of this. I think that would be the guy that could hold his own with the NXT title on that roster. I don't know if booking is ready for Carmelo on the main roster. I'm picking Carmelo to keep it.
Yeah,
but it's only a matter of time. Carmelo's ticket's been punched to the main roster like maybe 6 months ago.
Okay,
but we're just I'm assuming they're waiting for the right time to pull the trigger. I got Melo sticking around.
Me too.
It's funny that we went through all the rosters and neither one of us picked Ali to go to AEW. I'd see him in New Japan with the Super Juniors. Or the X Division and Impact.
Yeah, that's
Ali against Alex Shelley.
I would see Ali in Impact more so than AEW. I think he'll thrive there.
Yeah. Dirty Dom, his new opponent, Trick Williams for the North American title.
Oh, okay. 8.
A lot of it's gonna be the attraction.
Yeah.
The personalities. You're gonna want to boo Dom. Trick has been built up pretty consistently in the last couple of months on the television since he decided to not so much part ways with Melo, but Trick doing his own thing, trying to get his own success instead of being the coattails. And they bring it back every now and then, like the Melo's pulling for him. They rise together, fly together, shine together, whatever. The crowd's gonna eat that up. They're live in Sacramento. They're actually not in the PC. They're actually getting on the road. Yeah.
Okay.
They're taking it on the road. So I think this will be telling if Trick gets the reaction that he gets in Full Sail, if he gets that amplified in a live arena like Sacramento, it wouldn't surprise me if they pull the trigger and give it to him. I've got Trick winning this.
Okay.
Hell, you could even run it back and do a rematch with Dom if you still want to feature him because he still gets numbers.
Dom's winning.
Really?
Yeah. It's Dom. Trick. Trick. He's a sidekick.
If you've been watching the last couple of weeks,
Which I have not.
which you have not, you haven't gotten invested yet.
Yeah.
He's holding his own so far.
Yeah, he's still a sidekick.
Braun Breaker against Baron Corbin.
Oh God, 4. Oh, ew. No, thank you.
Oh, by the way, I think Dragon Lee's the guest referee in that Dom Trick match.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what to think of Heel Breaker. And is he a heel against Baron Corbin, who's always been that guy you want to boo? The whole thing is just, and it's weird because this was supposed to be Breaker and Von Wagner, but then Breaker fucked up Von Wagner's head. Apparently, he like botched that steel step spot and actually legit fucked up Wagner's head, so he's like out, like he's done so. So they're rolling with this. I don't do this often. I'm at an I. I'm at an incomplete. I don't know what to give this. I don't even know if I want to watch it. Like I'm indifferent. Here it is. It's I for indifferent. I don't hate it to give it a negative number. I don't love it to give it 9 or 10. I'm different. I don't care about this match at all.
Okay, cool.
Done.
Well, then we don't have to talk about it.
All right, so we're not. The family, the Italianos.
All right.
D'Angelo and Stax.
Mm-hmm.
Tag champs. 4-way against the Creed brothers. The Mexicans, Los Lotharios. And a new team, Out the Mud, OTM. They showed vignettes of these two stacked dudes from like Puerto Rico almost.
Okay.
Bronco something and something. Big motherfuckers. They won a match on Tuesday to give them entrance into this.
Okay.
So this is probably going to be one of those breakout matches where I don't see them winning, but I see them wrecking shop and getting people's attention. But fatal 4-way for the tag belts.
Okay.
Number.
Who was the fourth team?
Out the Mud, Los Lotharios, Creed brothers, and the Italians, D'Angelo and Stax.
Oh, okay. I mean, that sounds like that could be fun. I don't know anything about OTM at all.
As do I. I know very
7.
little. 6?
Okay.
Because they're trying to bring the Lotharios back as like a face team due to heritage from the family, like doing well.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
they haven't done anything since the vignettes, like match-wise, to earn them victories, to build them momentum. It's just like, oh, we made the videos. Now you're supposed to care. Now that we're supposed to care, let's put them in a match and see what they do. Like, it just feels like rushed a bit. Like, I'm not as invested in some of these teams.
Okay.
Creed brothers, I like them, but I think in NXT, I think they're starting to be a bit on the decline. I think it's time for them to go to another brand, like Raw or SmackDown.
Okay.
And family, I'm at a 5.
Okay.
I've got the family retaining.
What's up, Scott?
Oh, there he goes. Dynamo won last night.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't have happened if Messi actually hit the pitch. But
was Scott there?
No, the game was in Miami.
Oh.
Those are finals of the Gold Cup, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Foundation Cup, something. Yeah.
Scott says, I'm alive. I'm glad you're alive.
What I would consider the main event, Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton in an Extreme Rules match for the women's title.
Lynch versus Stratton. And a what rules?
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules.
If it weren't for the stipulation, I'd be at a 9. But with this stipulation, I'm at an 8.
I'm still at a 9.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've been dipping in and out. I'm not sure how much exposure you had to Tiffany Stratton before we saw them in Austin. What do you think of Tiffany Stratton?
I have enough exposure to her.
Oh, yeah? Is that chauvinistically or is that literally? As a consumer of the product.
I'm saying, so far from what I've seen, she's a really well done off-brand Trish Stratus. I mean, it's not bad.
He's getting there. Yeah.
You know, it's not bad to, you know, imitate the classics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bad Wolf did a good job copying the zombies. You know, you know, sometimes you listen to one or the other. It's fine. So yeah, I'm cool with Tiffany Stratton. I like Becky Lynch. It seems like it's gonna be a good match. Sure.
Yeah. Who you got winning?
Stratton. To swerve everybody.
You know what? If you're gonna say that, I think the swerve is keeping the belt on Becky.
Okay.
As of now, as a viewer of the product, I don't know what Becky's doing there on NXT. You don't go here, bitch.
Yeah.
So I need to find out why she's there. Give it to her for 3 or 4 months and have her wrestle more than just one woman on the NXT roster. I think she wrestled Lyra Valkyria, or she teamed with Valkyria against Stratton, and I think it was Kiana James or something. If you want the girls to find out how high on the measuring stick they are, leave Becky there for a while. If you don't have nothing creative for her on the main roster, which is why you stuck her in NXT, that and the combo of, again, my opinion, you're trying to raise the ratings in NXT. You want the NXT audience to be like, oh, Becky's going to be there for a while. Maybe I need to record on my DVR weekly so at least watch it and maybe invest into it some more. Maybe I like some of the people she's fighting.
Same way how it works with Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah. Instant. He has some pretty good matches. Wes Lee, fucking Dragon Lee, Bruce Lee, all the fucking Lees.
Scott says, what's Becky doing on Raw? Nothing.
She beat the legend. Now what?
Yeah.
So that's No Mercy in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. That's Saturday live in California. Right. Smelling Salts. It was all a Wrestledream.
Oh.
Sunday.
Yes.
Off the top of your head, because AEW is the product that you've been consuming prioritized.
Right.
First match that comes to your head when I say AEW Wrestledream. Today.
This is going to sound dumb.
Oh! Hit me with it.
MJF defending the ROH Tag Team titles, a 2-on-1. Now, when it was announced and it was said, I was like, this isn't going to be at Wrestledream, is it? Wait, no, he should have a world title match, right? No, wait, he doesn't have. So he's only going to. Okay, all right, let's see what happens. 2-on-1. Okay, come on, champ. Let's see what you can do. What's up, Hector?
Hector, in the chat, list the members of the Bullet Club in Japan that are under David Finlay. If you could, please. Arigato gozaimasu.
Yes. Hi. So, yeah. Okay. 2-on-1. This is going to be basically an exhibition for the champ. But defending a different title. But it furthers the storyline.
Titles.
Yeah.
He's defending both of them because his partners are.
Right. But it furthers the storyline more so. So it doesn't need to necessarily be for the Triple B. Unless the Triple B matches him versus Switchblade, and that's also at Wrestledream, is pulling double duty again? What? But double duty and one of those duties is a 2-on-1? What? I'm intrigued. Help me out here. What's the actual card?
I'm not going to help you out.
Oh, fuck you then.
Because I'm going to take a detour.
Okay.
Let's see if I can refresh your memory. We had a conversation about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And I told you that I was going to keep my lips zipped, that I had a huge rant that I was going to divulge the next time we recorded. Do you remember that conversation?
Vaguely, yes.
Vaguely?
Yes.
Well, here it is. Tony, I know you watch this show. You've taken a lot of my booking ideas, which I don't blame you for. I'm waiting on the residuals. But since you're watching, take this advice to heart and to your bank account. Ring of Honor is fucking dead. Ring of Honor's been dead. Ring of Honor will never be anything more than it was in its peak. Even if the Briscoes were still alive. It's dead. It's over. And if you don't be careful, it will be the rotten apple that spoils your bunch in AEW. You have 30 people deep that we have cut on this show that need to be shown the bin, especially if you plan on hiring 3 or 4 more that WWE put in their bin. You have competent women in the Ring of Honor roster. Why are we having to hide Athena behind a fucking paywall? Why are we hiding Willow Nightingale behind a paywall? Why are you giving us a ripoff of another dead Bray Wyatt in The Righteous? No. It's fucking dead. It's the same fucking company that gave me Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. The same company that gave us Summer of Punk. The same company that gave us the Final Countdown. I appreciate the heritage, the history, being the nerd that I am, the fucking Rain Man at sometimes. Ring of Honor is never going to be what you fucking want it to be. And you already have 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Rampage, 2 hours of Collision, 1 hour of Dark. You had fucking, now you have 2 hours of Ring of Honor, 2 hours of television in front of an audience that you don't even have because you have it hidden behind $10 a month. You don't even do it free weekly the week after anymore like Ring of Honor used to under Sinclair. Ring of Honor is fucking dead. Use the video library as leverage to get a deal on Max. Do not try to get your own fucking milk out of your own cow. No, that came out wrong. But the bottom line, you are using Ring of Honor completely wrong.
¿Ese güey no quiere leche?
No. I want almond milk. Ring of Honor is not what you want it to be. It's not what it's going to be. There's a reason why Warner Brothers Discovery did not want a Ring of Honor television show. That's why Warner Brothers Discovery has a stake in AEW. No, Ring of Honor is dead. Merge the talent you have from Ring of Honor that is worthy of being on television and trim a lot of fucking fat. The fat you keep is Shane Taylor.
Damn.
That is the Wagyu. You keep that. Everything else, like a wise man once said, is tofu. You're welcome. Did I hit that pig in the nose or what?
Oh man, that shit was brutal.
Damn. Feel free to dissect.
Okay, so you think ROH is like half of Darby? Okay. Wow.
Here, an example.
Okay.
The Righteous promo. The first thing I hear is music that to the naked ear you would think was a Bray Wyatt theme from WWE circa 2013.
To be fair, that's not necessarily Tony's fault. That's what they've been doing for a while before Tony bought ROH. That's
Vincent Margolis and the other
gimmick.
guy has been Ring of Honor before Tony Khan bought them. Anyone in the chat that's been watching Ring of Honor on the Sinclair Network, was that the gimmick for Vincent and the Righteous or the Righteous? Because I remember Vincent holding up fucking balloons like it on Ring of Honor television at some point. So there's been different versions of how crazy that crazy guy is.
Okay.
But it feels like there's a lot of carbon copies and not a lot of authentic in that Ring of Honor television roster, let alone what he's starting to import to AEW television.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had the conversation of how long 3 hours is on Monday nights. They're halfway through their 5th year of Ring of Honor television. They're having their 4-year anniversary of Dynamite this coming week. In 4 years, there is no way, no reason why you should try to replicate the WWE's model tit for tat, a company that's been around over 50 years. There's no reason for a company at its 4th year. There's no reason for fucking mom and pop burger joint after 4 years to try to open as many locations as McDonald's.
Okay.
That's the point I'm trying to get. This is not ROH is not going to give you that value. It is never going to have that value that you think it has or it ever had. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been dead to begin with, and he wouldn't have had to have breathed air into the lungs and brought it back to life. It's dead. Use the library to leverage a deal so you can have your own tab on Max like WWE has its own tab on Peacock and get some money, get some endorsement deals, get something out of it instead of diluting your product to the point that a lot of your television is not going to fucking matter. I'm at a 0 for MJF against the Righteous. I have no fucks to give for a Ring of Honor tag title match on AEW programming. And as much as I like you, Eddie Kingston, I don't give a fuck about his defense either. I don't care about a lot of the ROH stuff anymore. It's dead. You're going to buy New Japan. Then every fucking wrestler on the AEW roster is going to have a belt. Then fucking call it Old Navy. Everybody's stylish with fucking belts. No. Diluting. I have a 0. And you know what? I'm not even at an I for incomplete or whatever. I do not care about this match. I'm at a -1. Thank you. -1 now.
Wow. -1 for MJF versus the Righteous.
Yes. Hope the scaffolding falls on the Righteous and they join Mark J. Briscoe.
And damn, that match is on Wrestledream. Correct?
As of Wednesday, as of yesterday, there have been no pre-show matches announced. Everything is on the pay-per-view proper.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it's not on, like I wasn't mistaken, and it's on
it's not Collision.
Rampage or Collision or
Next Week's Dynamite.
This is on that night.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's where I was getting a little confused and tripped up.
Yes.
That
being
said, pause. Let's rewind just a little bit. Hector in the live chat says, Ace Austin, Alex Cooligan, Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Chris Bay, Clark Connors, Dan Maloney, David Finley, Dick Togo, Evil, Gabriel Kidd, Gato, Kenta, Sho, Taji Ishimori, and Yujiro Takahashi.
Yujiro Takahashi.
Yeah.
17 people. Most of them are short, so if you put them on top of each other, they accumulate 4 actual people that jump in.
I think that was 12.
12. Okay.
I don't know. Math. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So
it was 17. Yeah, you're right. It was 17.
I'm the banker.
Yes. Okay, so Ring of Honor is dead. You don't give a fuck about Ring of Honor. Okay, fine. I don't necessarily have to not give a fuck about the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship because, well, yeah, I don't really care about the Righteous. That's fair. I don't necessarily care about the lineage of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship at this point in time. That's fair. And while you might be right, there's a big problematic, systematic issue with what's going on with the relationship between AEW and ROH. That's fair. The reason why I give a flying fuck about it at all is because of the MJF and Adam Cole storyline. This title is just a prop. It's a device for the story.
Follow the story.
Okay.
Why don't you put them against fucking the Kingdom? Why is it the Righteous? Who gives a fuck about the Righteous? The Kingdom are neck strong. We have investment in the story of Roderick Strong in pajamas from the hospital and Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. That makes sense. I'd give it a 5 if it was that, because on television, that makes sense.
That's not ready yet. I'm not.
Adam Cole's hurt. They ain't gonna be ready.
Even if Adam Cole wasn't hurt, I wouldn't have bought them to hurry up and jump into bed and be ready to do that storyline right now. Right now. It has to be somebody else.
Here's what will salvage it. Here's what will salvage it.
All right.
Roderick Strong is MJF's partner.
You know, that's where I thought they were going to go.
Reluctantly. Like MJF doesn't ask for it, and halfway through the match, Strong jumps on the ring and grabs the tag.
I thought Adam Cole was going to ask for it. That's what I thought was going to happen in the middle of story time with Adam Cole, baby. That's what I thought he was going to say. I can't be your partner, but I got somebody who can. Or what would have been even more interesting is, I know you can't be my partner, but you know what? I'm going to set our differences aside. He's your boy. We're going to free bird rules. Me, you, Roddy. We're a team now. Fuck, that would have been so interesting for MJF to be the bigger man and not only just say, hey, because of you, I'm going to hang out with Travis. I mean, hang out with Roderick, right?
No, you told Travis this is why you're hanging out with him, with me.
You know? And then that would have driven more of a wedge between the Kingdom and Roddy. And then Roddy, you don't know if you could trust him with MJF, even though MJF is being the bigger man, which MJF being the bigger man? Wait a second. What?
You can't trust him. You can't trust RJF, fucking Roddy with the Kingdom. Roddy was never with the Kingdom.
Yeah. I got it.
That would make sense.
Yeah, it would be interesting. That's not the way it happened. It's fine. I'm still intrigued with the story enough that I'm willing to say I don't care what two jamokes are going up against MJF. It's a 2-on-1 with this title that he's co-holding with Adam Cole. The story isn't about the ROH tag team titles. The story is about the relationship with him and Adam Cole and what MJF is doing to keep that relationship going. So that's why I'm still interested. That's why I'm still at a 7.
Wow. You must have a lot of interest.
Yeah, I do. I think that
MJF's winning?
Yes. I don't know how. I don't know what kind of shenanigans. Is it just going to be the ring? Is it going to be somebody else coming out? Is it self-sabotage on the part of the righteous somehow? What? I don't know. But either way, MJF is still walking out with those titles.
The mysterious guys jump MJF and he wins by disqualification because he's the one that got beat up.
Okay.
You already made a mistake to me by putting the righteous in this fucking match. You don't double down by giving them the belts. MJF's winning this.
Yeah.
All
right. What else we got?
What are you thinking about Swerve and Hangman? You had something that you were going to say for tonight regarding Swerve and Hangman.
I did?
Yeah.
When did I say that?
Yesterday.
I said it in the live chat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me open up the live chat. What the fuck did I say?
He said, save it for the show.
Did I? We talk a lot. Okay, that's Tuesday. This all happened Wednesday. Tuesday. What the fuck? Okay. Their song guy needs to be fired. Yeah. Man, when Jay White is talking, my God, he tries to catch another phrase to ring, but I didn't say anything about that.
You sure?
Yeah. There's nothing in there.
What do you think about Swerve and Hangman?
All right. Swerve and Hangman.
That was a whole ass roundabout way to get to the fucking question.
I know, right? 6. I think the promo was good-ish enough. I like Nana more than I like Swerve. So when Swerve was like, no, you're not dancing, Nana. I was like, you bitch.
I said the same thing to Aaron.
That's the only thing I look forward to.
I did the dance for him while Swerve was walking down the ring and my girl's looking at me like, I'm going to go back home.
Yeah. Like, and Hangman, like, man, I was really hoping that we were putting on our fucking gear and getting ready to, kind of climb that mountain up to fucking superstardom with Hangman when he won the title off of Kenny Omega. But it seemed like that wasn't a mountain to success. That was more like a mesa. So he kind of like got halfway up to something that should have been way taller, but it's just flat. So is Hangman cool? Yeah, he's cool, I guess. But I needed more. There should have been something else for him. And he's just plateaued, man. And Swerve's on his way to being something a little bit more than what he was before. But I don't know if I fully am invested in Swerve or care about him. Like I said, I care more about Nana than I do anyone else. So 6, and fuck it. Why not give Swerve a win?
I think Swerve and his promo sold me on why I'm giving this a 2. Because they are two completely different people. And that promo looked awkward between them. Like it was void of any actual charisma between the two, like chemistry between the two.
Okay.
It just felt flat. It felt like in the ring, these two are just going to dance so awkwardly. I hope I'm proven wrong because I've got Swerve winning. And there's some substance in some of that promo from both sides about maybe that dark cloud for the last year and a half that drank Pepsi might have been affecting Hangman, or Swerve not getting the same opportunities as someone that looks like Hangman, where Swerve could be now, for if he had those 2-3 years ago. There's stuff in there that there's substance to, but for whatever reason, there's something about this that just isn't clicking for me. I don't know what it is. Hopefully the match gets me out of that funk, but I'm at a 2 right now.
Okay.
And I got Swerve winning it also. Did you catch the strap match on Collision with Bryan Danielson and Starks?
Mm-mm.
Neither did I. But the aftermath is Ricky Starks is now wrestling Wheeler Yuta 1-on-1.
Okay.
Number
7.
6.
Okay.
It might look good in the ring. No build to this, so we haven't had the opportunity to let Wheeler actually speak on his own and maybe see if he can get himself over.
I wouldn't say that there's no build, but I don't like Cuck Yuta. The whole crux of the Blackpool Combat Club is if you beat us, we respect you, you're in the club.
You bleed with us.
You fight with us. Yeah. And that's exactly what Wheeler Yuta did. But
Starks did.
No,
Oh,
Wheeler.
Yeah.
Wheeler did that.
Yeah.
That's how he got into the Blackpool Combat Club. And what is he now? He's cutting promos about how he's so happy that, oh, they beat me up every day, but I get back up and I say, yes, Daddy, give me some more. Like, really? That's his character?
Is that his O-face, Randy? Did I just catch that? I should have taken the picture.
Like, bro, I do not like this version of Wheeler Yuta. This stable was supposed to make stars out of guys like Yuta and Garcia. And instead, it's more about Mox and keeping Danielson and Cesaro relevant than it is having these teachers bring up the new class
that keep getting beat.
Yeah. And like I said, that whole dynamic of, well, they beat me up and I take it because I'm tough. Fuck you.
I'm paying dues. What are you redeeming them for?
You're fucking brainwashed now. This is, I don't know. I don't
like the ROH Pure title for a while, and then what? You lost it, and then what?
And then I don't like it. I'm still at a 7 because I think the match itself is going to be good. And anything to give Pretty Ricky a little bit more shine. I think he might actually win this because I think TK is more behind him than he is behind Yuta. Case in point, all the shit that I just said about Yuta, right? So yeah, give Ricky a prominent win on a pay-per-view.
The Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, the Guns, and the team of Orange Cassidy and Hook. Fatal 4-way. The winner gets a future tag title shot.
Orange Hook.
Yeah. Which is what I have written down here.
Oh, is that what you have, Orange Hook? For a future title shot whenever they want. So is this like a Money in the Bank situation, or is it like, hey, I got next?
Something like that.
Okay. Either way, I'm gonna go with an 8. Is this tornado style?
It's AEW. They end up being
so
that
it's
way
it's gonna be tornado style. Okay, cool. Yeah, all of those teams sound appealing to me, and it's multi-person, multi-team match. It's gonna be a car crash and a half. And it sounds like it's going to be fun. It's 8.
I'm at a cautious 8.
Okay.
I fear that Tony's going to give in to his own personal bias, I think. I don't know if I want to see FTR against Orange Cassidy and Hook. But I feel like I feel like that's the team that has the most steam right now. We've already seen the Guns against FTR. We've already had the Young Bucks do the best of 3, ended at fucking All In at Wembley, and we've already done.
Have we seen the Guns versus FTR? Are you sure?
The Guns had the titles and FTR beat them for them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, duh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Did they ever get a rematch?
I think they did.
Did they?
How often have we? When was the last time we got FTR against the Lucha Bros? But even now, with Phoenix as the champion of of all the internationals, I don't know if I would do that either.
Yeah. So it's got to be Orange Hook.
No, I think you do it the Guns again. I think you give the belts to the Guns with Bang Bang Gang in full effect.
Okay. Because when they
if
lost...
Jay's creeping for a world title shot and you've got tag champions in your group, that elevates everyone.
And when they lost those tag team championships to FTR, they weren't the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah,
they were by themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I couldn't remember it as, I don't think they have. It's because it was the old version of the Guns, not the Bullet Club Gold
Ass
Guns.
Boys. Not the
Yeah,
Guns.
it was the Ass Boys. Yeah. So, and if this is more of a Money in the Bank kind of situation, you call your shot when you want it, and it's not like, at the next pay-per-view you got your next, then maybe it's not necessarily them versus FTR.
Mm-hmm.
They could wait a half a year until the belt's on somebody else.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah.
I'm picking the Guns.
Okay. I think I kind of convinced myself to pick the Guns too, although I do think it would be very interesting if it was I got my next situation, if it was Orange Hook. You say you don't like the thought of Orange Hook versus FTR. I kind of do, because it's going to give Hook another rung on that ladder to show that he could do stuff, make him even more prominent, right?
I think the story is right now Orange Cassidy post-championship run, and I think he's going to try to wrestle Hook for the FTW title.
That can happen.
Yeah.
That can happen after they lose to FTR.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. Hector says, I have the Guns winning and running it back with FTR. The Guns have the momentum with Bullet Club Gold. Yeah. He also chimed in about Swerve versus Hangman, and I accidentally skipped it. He says, for Swerve versus Hangman, he has an 8. The bias of the match will end up being played out like a Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton. The aspect of the match being a reality check for Swerve. I got Swerve winning with the reality check being on Hangman. Wait, so he just said the same thing, but in reverse order. Who's the reality check for? Swerve or Hangman? What? Okay. Anyway, that's what he says. He says that the tag title #1 contender match, he's at an 8.
Ospreay, Takeshita, and Sammy Guevara against the unlikely team of the Golden Lovers and Chris Jericho.
I would want to say that I'd be at like a 7 or an 8 for this because of story, but I can't in good conscience say that, because I'm going to put on my Arnold hat. Ibushi sucks.
That's definitely something Arnold would say.
Like, Abel knows Ibushi, and I like Ibushi. I was
like, man, Panda Express sucks.
But Arnold doesn't know who the fuck Ibushi is, and he's only seen him a couple of times in AEW.
And the first time he was fat.
And each time that we've seen him in AEW, he kind of sucks. So you put Ibushi in there, tagging with...
You better tell Arnold that you're...
I know,
that
right?
we both got him tonight.
If you put Ibushi in there with Jericho, that's kind of slowing down your team, man. Yeah. So I'm at a 6. I got the Callis family winning.
I'm going to take it one step further. I think this match is about 6 or 7 weeks too soon.
Soon?
Yeah. I would have rather watched the Golden Lovers against Takeshita and Guevara. And then at Full Gear, you add Jericho and you add Ospreay.
Okay.
Because that's where the story was. The story was Takeshita was already done with Omega because he's beaten them twice in 2 weeks. And now we're moving on to Ibushi. So, and you just signed Ibushi, so you want to take advantage of the Golden Lovers asset, their history. So the Don Callis family, Takeshita, and their newest recruit, Sammy Guevara, against Golden Lovers, that's a solid 9 for me. Mm-hmm. Ospreay, is he in the family, or does he have his own empire that's already united?
Yeah, that's the other thing about it, too. It's like, who's actually in the Don Callis family? Just Takeshita and Sammy, and that's it. So Osprey's not,
or he's a hired hand.
Yeah,
he's like a temp.
Is he an in-law to the family?
And if Osprey beat Jericho,
he's a family friend.
If Osprey beat Jericho, can't you put Jericho on ice for 6 weeks or 8 weeks to think about reflect his career after getting his back turned by fucking Callis, and then Callis being right, and Jericho losing in front of 80,000 people after his worst Freddie Mercury impersonation? Yeah. Can't we chill him out for a while so that we can actually, I don't know, maybe miss him?
Yeah. And we're kind of I brought this up earlier in the show about people reinventing themselves, and Jericho knows how to do it. With the exception of like the last, I don't know, 6 months or so, I'm due up for a Jericho reinvention. I don't feel like he's reinvented himself a whole, like he's still going by the Ocho when he doesn't have a title. And the whole reason why he was the Ocho is because he had 8 world titles. Bro, you haven't had a title in a while. You could stop calling yourself the Ocho. Yeah. Right? Hector says, Golden Lovers and Jericho versus Dangerous Alliance 2. He says 0. The basis of the pay-per-view is for dream matches. Golden Lovers versus Takeshita and Osprey should be the match. Jericho versus Sammy should be for Full Gear.
Yeah, if this was supposed to be a tribute to Antonio Inoki, half of this stuff I don't think Inoki would even watch.
Well, you can't.
I've got the Callis family winning.
Okay.
No, he would turn in his grave and he wouldn't watch it. Bryan Danielson against Zack Sabre Jr.
You know what? I think I actually have Jericho's team winning because Jericho tit for tat.
Because Jericho wins everything?
Yeah, well, and he's lost the other stuff. So he's getting his receipt.
Danielson versus Sabre.
Oh, man. I love me some Zack Sabre Jr. and I love me some Danielson. I don't think that there's enough story there, but that still got me pretty damn erect just for the match itself. I'm going to go with an 8.5. If there was more story, I'd be at a 9 or a 10.
I'm erect too, but I also cut myself shaving down there, so it's going to hurt if I use it. So I'm at a 7 because Danielson is not at 100%. This is the second year in a row that we try to do Danielson versus Sabre and something botches the deal. And now Danielson's kind of like sucking it up. But if this is a dream match, I'm dreaming. If this is a dream match, I don't want ambient noise in the background. I want to enjoy. I don't want to get woken up by some random sound. Danielson should be at 100. And okay. Danielson's not. So we're not going to get the dream match that we could have had last year if they were both healthy.
All right.
So 7.
Okay. What do you got winning?
Fuck it. Zack Sabre Jr. He exposes the injury. Put Bryan back on the shelf. He's not 100. This is his farewell tour, and I would hate for it to go the way of Adam Cole where he just does something like he sneezes and all of a sudden he can't wrestle no more ever.
Yeah. We
just saved his brain. Let's save the rest of his bones now. Can we save the rest of his bones now?
Well, maybe a ligament or two. I got Danielson winning.
Kingston versus Shibata for both the Ring of Honor World title and the New Japan Strong title.
And Kingston has both of those titles.
No. Kingston has the Ring of Honor. Shibata has the New Japan No.
Hector, help us out here.
Kingston has both. Shibata has the Pure title. He's not defending that.
Okay.
Kingston is defending both of his titles against Shibata.
Well, I think that makes it obvious that Kingston is retaining. I don't think they're going to give Shibata 3 different titles. So Kingston's retaining. Blah.
3 that don't matter, by the way.
Huh?
3 belts that don't matter, by the way.
Yeah.
2 of the Ring of Honor and the Americanized New Japan.
Yeah.
So yeah, like how often do you go to Panda Express as opposed to like the mom and pop real like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So blah. I'm at a 4. I don't care.
We'll rewind to the conversation we just had a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
We're trying to save Danielson's bones. Can we save Shibata's brain? I don't know if I want to see him wrestle anymore. He had a nice little comeback. great. He persevered. He survived his injury. He was able to have 1 or 2 good matches. Can we leave it at that? I have not watched live when Owen Hart died. I did not watch live when Hijo de Perro Guayo died. I didn't watch live when the Silver King guy or whatever also died. I don't want to watch this show and watch Sabata. And we were close with Sting live. Yeah. We were close with Sting. And even then, I was walking out of that parking lot going, if this is what ends Sting's career or this is what changes him physically for the rest of his life, I might not want to watch this shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I was there the weekend Benoit did his shit.
Yeah.
I don't need to see something live that will turn off a love that I've had for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. Can we just save Shibata? You have him like a general manager of fucking Dynamite, or go back to the dojo. Don't have Ring of Honor. Instead of televising Ring of Honor, just have the kids go to the dojo, the New Japan dojo here in California that Shibata's teaching. They'll learn a lot from him.
How's Shibata's English?
Well, he used Siri to cut a promo on fucking Dynamite.
Okay. I didn't see that. But okay.
He did 2 weeks ago.
Hector says, kind of going back a little bit to Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., he is at a 9. The type of match that they should have is a technical match. There should not be any hard hitting in this match. Danielson should be okay for this match. It should be technical.
FTR versus Aussie Open for the tag titles.
I love me some Aussie Open. I really do. They're really growing on me, man. I like them a lot. I'm going to go with an 8.
8.
Yeah. I think it's kind of obvious FTR is going to win this, though. That's the one thing that kind of brings me down from a 9 or a 10. Because like I said, I really love Aussie Open. But yeah, they're not winning.
FTR.
Yeah, FTR is winning.
Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart for the TBS title.
Hold on. Hector says FTR versus
About
Aussie
to be 10, bro.
He also gives it an 8. All right.
Julia Hart versus Chris Statlander for the TBS title.
It's a gimmick, right? It isn't like a no DQ or something. Just a regular match. I thought there was a gimmick. No? Okay. 7. It's Julia Hart. They're trying to give her a little something, make her a little credible in the ring.
I worry the gimmick is not enough to get over Statlander. Because physically she won't.
Physically she
should lose in 4 minutes.
And I see that they're trying to build her up. That's the point I was trying to get to.
King is not going to put his hands on her.
No, especially with a broken hand.
Yeah.
Right? She's not at that level yet. But you got to give some sort of fodder to Statlander.
But keep in mind, this is not the women's world title.
It's a TBS title.
It's a TBS title. So there's room to wiggle there.
Yeah.
And as much as I've been a fan of Chris Statlander, obviously I want her to go to WWE. Julia Hart has been winning me over with every week that has gone by on Collision.
Yeah.
She's getting better. She has facials. She sells. She's my gothic fucking, oh God, Stevie Nicks. She's my gothic Stevie Nicks. I love the girl. You show me a clip 3 years ago of Julia Hart as the cheerleader for fucking Brian Pillman for Varsity Blondes, and then show me this, you would not know they were the same person.
Yeah, it's a good transformation for and see, I don't even want to say character development because you haven't got enough character development. You just had an aesthetic change. The look changed. The look is great.
Well, character, she was a cheerleader. She did splits and had
I get it, but I'm saying she hasn't had character development.
Gotcha.
She just changed her clothes.
Yeah.
Right? We still don't know too much about who she is as a person or as a character, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm coming from there. So I kind of want to tamp down a little bit of that. I don't want to say, oh my God, I'm so in love with her, right? She looks a lot cooler. That's what I'm trying to say.
House of Black adds value to her.
It does. I still don't think in the ring she's ready for Statlander. Yeah. She's just going to be fed to Statlander.
Yeah. I got Statlander winning. I'm at an 8 for it to see what they do, to see what Julia Hart does to try to even up with Statlander, to overcompensate for what she can't physically.
Yeah.
But I got Statlander winning this. And hopefully they give her 10 or 12 good minutes. I'm not expecting a fucking barn burner, but I hope they don't squash this girl in 4 minutes. I expect an actual match.
15.
Yeah.
Give it 15.
Yeah. Again, what I would think is the main event.
I'm sorry. Hector says Julia Hart is a female wrestler version of Paul Bearer. What? Oh, yes. All right. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
The main event.
The main event.
Christian Cage versus Darby Allin, 2 out of 3 falls for the TBS title.
This is for sure the main event?
I would think so. You are sure as fuck are not ending the pay-per-view with the Ring of Honor fucking tag titles of Righteous and MJF.
I mean,
No.
I agree there.
That was that title match was a fucking pre-show at All In front of 80,000 people.
Yeah.
There's no way that's ending the show. Anything with name value, I would say it would have to be fucking in Darby's hometown. And not to put gas on the fire, if the rumor's true that Edge is going to fucking AEW, you end the show with Edge fucking over Christian and Darby winning, and that's how you set up Edge and Christian.
Or Edge fucking over Darby.
And do Edge and Christian versus Darby and Sting. Edge and Sting. Dude, that would, I'm sure that in the 8-year-old Adam Copeland would march the fuck out to work against Sting. He got to work with Hogan and against Sting.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool for him.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. That'd be a damn good story.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
Does Edge have a dead
How
dad?
often did we get
Does
eventually?
it?
Do we ever get Edge versus Christian long enough for it to be memorable? Christian having one more match. That was all with
That
Orton.
was Orton and like a couple other people, but not Edge. Why did they stop wrestling together as a team? Did they ever have like a stab each other in the back and like a
Christian had the ECW title run. Edge was doing his shit and had the world title run.
But
They couldn't, and then they
to
couldn't
get the
team-
singles runs, they needed to split first. They
had a tag match and the loser had a split. That's why Christian, and then Edge did the Rob Zombie theme and did his own shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever wrestled each other in like an actual like long-term feud.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a one-off match here or there, but I don't think they've ever had a like knockdown drag out feud. Anybody in the live chat wanna
Edge versus Christian happened after the King of the Ring matching of Edge. I don't get that.
They had a happen after King of the Ring. Okay. I think he meant to say crowning of Edge or something. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Whenever Edge won. Yeah, that would make a good excuse to have Edge versus Christian in a fucking King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
They don't have any bad blood. They just happen to be on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Right? After Edge won the King of the Ring. That's what he meant to say. Oh, after he won the King of the Ring. Okay, well then I don't know.
Cage versus Darby. I'm at a 9, and the thing that's keeping me from busting a nut is that there's so many, and even without Edge, Adam Copeland, there's so many intangibles. There's the Nick Wayne. There's Luchasaurus. There's Wayne's mom. There's
That isn't doing it for you?
that's keeping me from being a 10.
Okay.
Like, I want to see Cage versus Darby in a 2 out of 3 falls 40-minute banger. I don't need any of the extra shit.
Okay.
We get the extra shit every week on Dynamite and Rampage.
And this isn't any gimmick. It's just one-on-one bell
2
to
out
bell.
of 3.
It is 2 out of 3.
Yeah, 2 out of 3
Okay.
falls.
Okay.
That should be enough of a gimmick. You don't need all the other accessories.
Okay. I think I'm going to agree with you. 9. I
got Darby winning.
got Christian winning.
Oh, shit. Christian just won this belt. Fuck it.
No, he didn't. He's had it for 4 months.
All right, Nigel. So heartbroken. Nigel's commentary was so good.
Medlin, it's probably Edge helping Christian since Darby is leaving to go train for climbing for Mount Everest.
Yep.
He's going to climb Everest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
Overall, quality.
Hector says Christian was jealous of Edge. That's why Christian theme song would say something about finally your time. It was that last year on your own. But yeah. Okay, cool.
That last year on your own.
Yeah. Okay.
Quality over quantity. What are you watching this weekend? NXT or AEW?
AEW.
Legit, you already ordered it?
Kind of.
Okay.
So
we'll leave it at that. You don't gotta incriminate yourself on television if you don't want to.
No, I'm not incriminating.
Okay.
That's you.
That's why I'm not answering the question.
So I accidentally, well, not myself,
Shit.
DirecTV accidentally fucked up, and they charged us for All Out, both in HD and in standard definition. So when we originally tried to order the pay-per-view, they ordered it for us in standard. And we're like, no, we want it in HD. You need to switch it. Cool. We switched it. No, all they did was add a second one. Yeah. So they charged us twice. So Randy, thank you, Randy, called up today and was like, hey.
I need to speak to a manager.
Exactly. So they gave us a credit for another pay-per-view.
Okay.
So now we get this one.
We get Wrestledream.
Yeah, we get Wrestledream. Yeah.
I don't have any more notes. That's a show.
That's a show.
Unless you have something.
I don't have anything.
You're working nowhere?
Well, Wrestle Festival is coming back October the 14th. Don't know anything about card. Don't know anything about venue. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Don't know if you're ring announcing?
I do know that I am doing that. Because I asked Dono, hey, Dono, October 14th, Wrestle Festival, right? You still need me as an announcer? And he said, man, I kept the seat warm for you, of course. So that's all I know.
So you're ring announcing?
I'm ring announcing.
Okay.
As far as I know, unless things change. But yeah. No one's showing up after the TBS title match. Oh, Monet. That's what I meant. Monet showing up after the TBS title match. Think so? Monet?
So Monet? Many people to try to care about.
Is her leg still broken or something?
I hope so. Fuck, man.
Damn. Jesus. On that note,
I might just you know what? I'm gonna throw it out there. If Tony Khan does buy New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think I'm done with it.
Oh my God. I can't believe we didn't talk about this. The big rumor going into this whole show, one of the things that kind of convinced me is that, there's going to be this big earth-shattering thing. Yeah. And the rumor is that TK is buying New Japan, which I highly doubt that. There's no way he's buying all of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But that's the rumor.
Okay, so
the temperament to that rumor was that maybe he's just buying Stardom? No.
You already have a partnership with New Japan, so there's no need to buy
New Japan.
If you really want to spend money that badly and don't know how to mail a check to us, apparently his contract is due at the end of October, if not the beginning of October. Katsuhiko Nakajima. Sign his ass. Don't buy up the whole fucking roster of New Japan. Get one of the few good guys from Noah. And another guy, if you want to suck the Ring of Honor dick so much, that has history with Ring of Honor.
Kenta
versus Katsuhiko Nakajima.
There you go.
Osprey versus Omega versus Nakajima. Oh, Ibushi against nobody. Oh my God. Yeah. On that note,
adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Bye.